along, guys, to another video of mine. It's been a while since I posted a video because I haven't had anything interesting, and I'm not going to keep regurgitating the same old rubbish. I'm on my way to the farm. I'm in the Isuzu because I've got all my tools in here, all in the back. I want to introduce you to another project that's reached into my stable. It's a massive piece of metal that it wouldn't fit on my trailer. I had to get someone else to deliver it. It's that big. If you follow me on social media, you've already seen it, but I want to go into a big walk around, show you around it, and explain what I'm going to do. Fire it up, show you the engine. It's big. Well, it's big for a UK engine. And yeah, I'm just going to get some fuel for it now. I'm on my way to the farm. I'll see you there. The Oldtimer, my 1963 Chevrolet C60. It is big. It's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. It makes it even cooler. Let's have a look around. Let's give you the guided tour. So it started off in Amarillo, Texas as a grain truck. It's had the body removed for shipping. The importer said that you're not allowed to ship them over here with the bodies on. I'm not sure why. Probably because it wouldn't fit in the container, I would have thought. But everything you see on the cab is the same. So from the top down to the wing line is the same as a C10, C20, C30. Just the only difference is the fender flares and the step. The lower models don't have the big step. It's got these monstrous 8.25 by 20 inch wheels with a 5 stud on the front. If you walk over to the back, it's got a gigantic 10 stud rear end with a 2-speed diff. Show you over here. There's the diff down there. Here's the tipper ram that would be used to to tip the body up. It's got a bit of a leak and some Texas crud on it. Makes it all the more real. 12 leaf springs in the back. I counted 12. Go forwards, and we've got these gigantic 22, at least 22 US Imperial gallons saddle tanks. You got one on that side, one on that side. If you go into the middle, you can see the PTO shaft for the ram, and then you got the big drive shaft for that goes to the diff. The carrier is pretty screwed at the minute, so that needs reattaching and a new diff bearing put in. these tanks are pretty corroded inside, so they're just going to be for show. Got the big step. I've already had it for about 2 weeks now before I've done this video, so we've been trying to bleed up the clutch and the brakes. Some authentic damage on the step. The C60 emblem, side marker. I can't believe the aerial survived. The wraparound windscreen is the easiest way to determine this model year. It goes up to 63, and it's got these absolutely obscene wing mirrors. This makes this thing about 11 or 12 foot wide. Scrolling around to the front, this is a 1 year model only. You can tell by the teardrop eyes. It's got an aftermarket bumper guard on the top. You know, just welded on just in case you need to hit a cow. And it is a legit Texas farm truck. That's the original plate. It's on a farm tag, so it never used to go far. These big nostrils with the bonnet catch. And then, I can't remember if these are side lights or if they are indicators. I doubt they're indicators. I think they're side lights or parking lights. You go up top, and you've got the 5 marker lights with some space for some air horns. Oh, you know what's coming up. Need some new wipers. Bonnet is in wicked shape. Go around to the other side. For me to be able to do any work, I've got to step on some bricks to get in, because look, this is the shoulder line. There's me. I can just about get it. I can just about look into it. I can't do any work on it. It's absolutely massive, and I'm 6'5". Jokes. Go around to the other side. Plains Amarillo. That's the dealer emblem. Still there. Oklahoma, is that a parking permit? Who knows? Oh, inspection. Might have even had a Route 66 sticker on it. More gigantic mirrors. Step on this side's much better shape. More monstrous wheels. I think these would have been reflectors on here, I suppose. Who knows? I have to look at some old pictures of them. The other obscene wing mirror. Now this is going to twat loads of cyclists on the helmet, I'm sure, when I'm going down these country lanes around here. Scrolling around to this side, got the fuel filler cap. I have to manoeuvre the bricks to be able to fill this up, because holding a jerry can up this high is hard work. Here's the other saddle tank. These are all going to get painted and made fresh and look good. Some tyres, really shafted. If you see at the back, it's a bit tucked in at the woods. I can't actually move it at the minute because the clutch and slave is gone. There's no light board on there, there's just 2 lights. I'm going to make a nice light board to meet UK requirements for it to be used on the road. As you can see, this heavy duty ram, that's going to be coming off, and then it's all going to be checker plated, and a 5th wheel conversion and a tow bar. Up the back, I love the back of the cab. It does remind me a bit like a Mark II Transit chassis cab sort of thing. You've got the single window, a little spoiler on the top, and that completes the rear. Underneath, if we go inside the chassis, you can see the exhaust needs a bit of looking at. It has a Hydrovac brake system under here. If you can see, it might be a little bit dark. That's going to need looking at as well, because I think that's leaking. Everything, like, it's not really nut and bolt on here. It's all push rivet and pop riveted on. These are the lines that go. There's a fuel tap under the seat, so you can switch between this tank, that tank, or the one that's behind here. There's actually one behind the seat. I'll take you for a little trip inside to the wheel arch. There's the steering tube. It goes down to this ginormous steering box, and this has got no power steering in it. Makes it very interesting to try and turn it. These wheels, because they're very narrow, they're only 8 inches wide. Once they go over centre, the steering wheel can snap back in your hand. But if you have a look under here, look how clean it is. It's in remarkable shape for its age. Could you imagine a British car being like that? The dry states do have a lot to do with it. There's no bubbles, there's no rust. Let's see if I can open the bonnet for you. It's a bit stiff. Come on, old chap. There you go. The big hood. Now, American wiring, there's a lot to be desired. It's just make, do and mend, like that. That needs sorting out. It's one of the original batteries that it come over with. So in here, the business end, that is either a 327 or a 348, I'm not quite sure. If you can tell me how to identify it, I will. There's the master cylinder over there, that needs work. And the heater box. Overall, this thing does run absolutely fantastic. Those are supposedly, these markings at the back, let me climb up my bricks. These markings at the back on the bulkhead, that's the model number, and that's supposed to be factory from when it was brand new, because C6303 denotes the model number. Inside here you've got all this authentic Texas farm mud. I get absolutely covered at the moment until it's moving. I can't actually get it to the jet wash and clean it. Well, I just love the simplicity of this engine. It's gigantic. It's easy to work on, and I think I'll be able to do most of it myself, apart from the brakes and the clutch. That's going to get the guys up here to. I'm going to get them to look at it. We've got a master cylinder rebuild kit on the way, because you can't actually find that brand new anymore. They're on back order, so they're going to need a number of them before they get them made. So it's actually quicker to get a rebuild kit. I'm going to pass that over to Jamesy and Joe. They're going to sort it out and vapor blast it and make it look brand new for me. And the whole engine bay is going to get cleaned. The block's going to get painted and tidied up. All that wiring as well. God, man, it's terrible. But hey, it's just a make do and mend attitude out there when you're in the bush. We're out in the sticks, we're out in the farms. You need to get home. It goes all the wiring up at the top of the hood as well. Do the side lights, I think. Right, let's go inside. Right, go over to the business end, the office. This massive chrome door handle, and it has, before I open it, one of the things of me buying this was it needed to have the authentic door squeak and slam. So there you go, and then the slam. There you go. That's what sold it to me. Not the fact it's got V8 in it. So inside, authentic Texas wrap drop-ins, rips in the seat, because Farmer John Ladd, whatever his name is, you know, Texas Pete, he was working this thing hard. Got a gigantic steering wheel. You got this really cool gauge cluster. It's only done 57,000 miles, this thing. Keys in it, ready to rock. As you can see, the clutch is on the floor. The brakes are not in the right position. You've got 3 levers here. So you've got the PTO lever for in and out. You've got the dead man's handle, which is the handbrake, which actually locks up the transmission. And then you've got the 4-speed gear shifter with the splitter on the side of it, if you can see that. Behind the seat, that's the gigantic fuel tank. I think I worked out it's 70 litres or something like that. And it's leaked all of that out because it did have a leak, and I've just fixed it. Over here, there's some breakdown, effectively like triangles. You have to put out when you've got a commercial vehicle. You have to put them out every like 100 yards or something like that. I think I follow another YouTuber who broke down in his truck. It's different rules for commercial vehicles as opposed to cars. Climb in if I can. Step. Right, this is what you'd see when you get in. Basic You got your battery, temperature, fuel and oil pressure, and this has got the optional tachometer in there. So it only revs up to 4,000, being industrial. I actually found this invoice in there for 1966 for some chalk. It's crazy. You got the ashtray under there, you got the radio. The radio does click on, and so does the heater controls, it does work. And you got a glove box over there which is full of rat droppings, and then an old Coke bottle cup. And you can see the big wing mirrors, they do need adjusting because I can't see. A tiny little key. I've got a Chevrolet key ring there. Got the choke, lights, and then you've got the PTO engagement lever and stuff like that. Under the dash you've got the fuse box. There's only 7 fuses in this whole truck, which is it's insane. I think this was the original colour of the truck inside. I just think they just used to paint them. You got the little quarter light windows. You can just about get a double cheeseburger through there. And you got the keep fit windows as well, which work amazing. Probably need a bit of greasing. And that's inside. This is pretty good shape. Inside the cab, I've been told they do rust here. It's just starting to go there. The interior light does work as well. Where was the switch for it? Where was it? Oh no, that was the hazard. Oh, we'll find it. It's going to need either. I'll probably have to get a sun strip for this because well, that's pretty fragile. Here's how to use the twin speed rear end. Take note. There's a good look at the splitter and stuff, and there's the gear pattern. I've had some cardboard in here. There's a fire extinguisher over there. I don't know if I said that, but I have now. Some stuff I've been trying to use to get it running, and that's the interior. Right, let me put some fuel in it, and we'll try and turn over the beast. All right. Right, part 4 of me trying to bloody get the GoPro to stick to the truck. Doesn't like matte paint. So there's the fuel cap. I'm going to try and get this 20 litres above my head over onto into the fuel cap. So I'm still on my bricks. Let me get the can. I've just bought a new nozzle for it. Let's hopefully see if I can do it myself. Last time I had to get Michael to help me, and he's about 8 foot tall. Yes. You hear it's empty.
Three hours later.
Yes. Oh. There's a little bit in there, but it does. Right. Let's see if I can get it started. Alrighty. Couple of pumps on the gas pedal. 1, 2, 3. This might need some brake cleaner as it did run out, so ignition on and crank away. She's going to need some brake cleaner. Be right back. Alright. Some brake cleaner in the carb. Here we go. You have to take the filter off, I think. Right, I've taken the filter off this time. Couple of pumps. Key. Come on. Close. Oh, there we go. Oh, yep. Oh, she's a bit grumpy. Come on. business end. There we go. Listen to it. Got a bit of an exhaust blow down the bottom there, but it's understandable. It's like over 50 years old. I'll be the same. Well, there you go. There's my walk around on this gigantic piece of Amarillo metal. What am I going to do with it? Well, it's become a bit of a farm project on the farm. So what we've got is going to get some stacked exhausts for the back. It has to, really. Let's see if I can find a... Let me just fold the bonnet down. It's quite tall. Some stacked exhaust to go along the top, just above the cab. Not too high, not ridiculous. Some chrome horns to go on the top. Then, after some research, I've got a Cummins 5.9 lined up for it. You know how much of a diesel guy I am. Gonna still roll around with the V8 because, well, it sounds sweet. It's awesome. I'm gonna see how well I do it. I want to build the Cummins up first before I put it in. So I want to get to some reasonable horsepower. Only 250 brake horsepower. That's all it needs. Doesn't need any more than that. And then input that in. Gonna underseal the whole of the cab to prevent it from rusting while it's over here in the UK. Paint the frame, and then maybe get some Alcoa 22.5-inch alloy wheels. Maybe lower it down a bit more. Look. There it is. It's gigantic. It's freaking cool, and I can't wait to get stuck in. Next video, we'll be getting it to hopefully drive and watch the process of Jamesy and Joe rebuilding the master cylinder, fitting the slave cylinder for me, because that's something I can't do myself. And with something this big, I don't want to muck around with the brakes. They've got to be working properly. I don't want they're drums all round, and that's not something I want to muck around with. So I'm going to leave it to some guys that know who's going to do it. Scouse is going to do the stacked exhaust for me, and then hopefully Intermotive's going to do some laser etching for me. Once I've finally got that design and the stacks all locked in, then they're going to get some laser etching done. Get it patina the company name on the doors, and maybe do the occasional bit of towing with it. How about that? How cool is that? If you want to hire me instead of using my regular truck and trailer, the Isuzu and the triaxle there, well, you can go behind Oldtimer if you like. If you're crazy enough, if you can pay the fuel bill, then let's do it. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Like, subscribe, blah 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 blah. Definitely smack it in. Peace.